To worship Yahweh means that we worship him the way he wants to be worshiped and not worshiping him the way he doesn't want to be worshiped. This Barry Phillips with Imminent Torah, day 2 of Shophetim, Judges. Let's continue at the end then of Devarim and Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 21, and then let's drop down in a couple verses of chapter 17. Do not plant for yourself any tree as an Asherah near the slaughter place of Yahweh, your Elohim, that you make for yourself. Verse 22, do not set up a pillar which Yahweh, your Elohim, hates. Chapter 17, verse 1, do not slaughter to Yahweh, your Elohim, a bull or sheep, which has any blemish, any evil matter, for that is an abomination to Yahweh, your Elohim. Then he talks about, in following verses, those that worship in a paganistic way, whether they're actually worshiping an idol or whether they have brought mixture into Yah's worship. So, it may be a bit controversial today. It's not stopped us in the past, and we just need to go here today. When we talk about a pillar, when we talk about that which an Asherah pole represents, it is connected to moon god or goddess and sun god worship. Now, man originally was commanded to worship only Yahweh, and over time developed this mindset that said among the extreme ancients, this Elohim creator being is so far removed above us and so set apart, there's no way we can approach him or contact him or be connected to him. So whereas he has given the authority of days and seasons and months and years to the celestial lights of sun, moon, and stars, we'll worship them as they are lower and closer to us and more vitally connected to us. After all, they determined our seasons of agriculture, which at that time was the chief means by which man survived. If he didn't have a successful crop, he died. Plain and simple. He would starve to death. The misunderstanding, obviously, then, is that these celestial lights actually have any personality attached to them, and that they are any more than lights that Yah has established. They're planets, they're stars, they're inanimate beings in that regard. They're not hearing and answering any prayers. But man in his imagination attributed such powers and abilities to these, and so he worshiped the heavens. So the legends of the moon being a goddess and the sun being a god, and by virtue of the fact that we're talking about fruit bearing and prosperity and all under the huge banner of fertility, it became a very, and I know we have young in our audience, so I'm going to be careful here. It became about relationship. And those who know, you know. Okay. So the pillar is an object that is supposed to be a frozen ray or a captured ray of the sun. As children, we were at times told, draw a picture of something outside, and we would draw a circle and color it yellow or orange and have these little stick things coming off of it. Well, it was the way we were taught, sun rays. One of those sun rays then is captured and personified in a pillar or an obelisk situated on the earth to interact then with the light of the moon, and it is a male object being established. I'm careful in my wording here. Yah says, I hate that. I hate it. Because of the mentality and the mixture and the paganistic mindset And it's all about you are considering that I am far removed from you. My eyes are upon you. My word's been given to you. I have created and designed your life. I have established the nations. I am sending my son to you to redeem you, and you're caught up in these lower elements thinking that they replace me, and they are but part of my creation. And so when we bring a tree into our homes and we decorate it as with fertility emblems. I'm trying to be careful because I know that there are sometimes children in the audience. The purpose of the object of the tree is to display these fertility emblems and the trinkets and the balls and the tinsel and all of that. And then we have the womb of the female represented in the holly wreaths and so forth, and the draping of holly and evergreen as to the nurturing design of a female's anatomy. And it's all about a very sensual depiction of the pagan mind. And we bring it in and we put presents under it, and then we bow down to it, and we're presenting gifts from under this symbolism to those that we say that we love. It doesn't mean that to me, people argue. I get that, and I understand that. And it's tradition, and it's feel good, and it's nostalgia, and it's sentimental, and it's fond memories. And the smells and the foods and the dressing up and the excitement, euphoria of the moment. And God says, I hate it. I hate what you do. Well, we're celebrating the birth of your son. And that you would take that event and mix it with this other system. Maybe we'd understand why Yah says, no, don't do this to me. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 10, and then verse 14 says, hear the word of Yahweh. Your new moon festivals, which were Babylonian, and your, again, Babylonian appointed feast, my soul hates. They have become a burden to me, this Babylonian worship. I am weary of bearing them, this worldly idolatry. Hosea 2 and 11 says, I will stop all of her celebrations, her paganisms, her pagan worldly yearly festivals, her new moons, her Shabbat days, all of her pagan appointed feasts. He cannot be referring to his own because these are set apart and they belong to him. He's talking to Hosea to address a people of Ephraim that have substituted the things that he's called holy with something else. So the current practice, and it's not just among Catholicism anymore, it's become integrated in many circles, that the celebration of Lent with feasting and so forth, Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday and all of these things, they're integrated with the worship of the moon. So we have Mardi Gras being celebrated with big festival meals leading up to what's called Ash Wednesday, so that you can begin then with a full stomach this 40-day fast period of Lent. But we have just entered into the 40 days of Elul through Yom Kippur, which the last 10 are called the 10 days of awe. These are true days of fasting, seeking, rediscovering our need for Him, confessing our sins, turning from things. This other practice has origins that we should have nothing to do with. If we're going to worship Yah, let's worship Him the way that He wants to be worshiped. And let's stop worshiping Him or practicing things and calling it worship of Him when He has no desire for it whatsoever. Our motivations, as well as our practices, must be pure and set apart before Him. chew on that for a little while, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Then shalom.